Hello friends and welcome back to the studio. This is Susie with Gemini Connect. Today we are talking about the Rode Wireless Go 2, and I'm going to be telling you about a brand new feature that just rolled out today that's really going to help you get the most out of using your wireless microphone system. And I'm also going to be doing a long-term review of this mic system because we've had it now for 6 months and I've got some thoughts to share. First of all, if you're not familiar with the Rode Wireless Go, there's an original version that came out in 2019, but the Rode Wireless Go 2 came out in 2021, and it's special because it now includes 2 transmitters. And these transmitters allow you to get really far away from your camera as you're recording, and they're special because you can plug in your own wired lavalier microphone or you can use the built-in microphone. And these are really great mic systems. There's a lot of competitors now, but Rode was one of the original makers of this wireless mic system, and they made one that's really consumer friendly in terms of usability as well as price. And ever since Martin and I received the Rode Wireless Go 2, it's probably been our most used camera accessory. We've been using it a lot on this channel. I'm using it right now to film this video, and we also use it on our travel vlogging channel, Gemini Discover. We have a brand new video up about Wilsonville, Oregon, and you can check out that vlog. It was filmed exclusively with the brand new GoPro Hero 10, as well as the Rode Wireless Go 2 mic system. And so, yeah, I'll give you my thoughts about our long-term 6-month review. But first, let's talk about that brand new feature that just came out, and that is a mobile version of the Rode Central app. So up until now, the Rode Central app has only existed on desktop computers. And you've needed it because if you want to unlock a lot of the deep dive settings on the Rode Wireless Go 2, you have to connect the transmitter and the receiver to your desktop computer. So when I initially reviewed the Rode Wireless Go 2, that was one of my big pain points, is that when I'm out in the field, I often do not have my desktop computer with me. So it's kind of a hassle to have to connect these transmitters and the receiver to the computer. I really wanted to have a mobile app to do that. And today is the day that that app finally came out. It's available for both iPhone and for Android. I downloaded it and tested it out on my Android phone. And so I'll show you how to do that, as well as some of the features that you can unlock. So the very first thing you have to do is you have to use the original Rode Central desktop computer app. You have to make sure that it's the latest firmware version. I had an older version, and this will not work if you have an old version. So make sure you go to the Rode website and download the latest Rode Central app. Next, you want to take your receiver and your 2 transmitters and connect them to your computer through USB and connect them to the Rode Central app. Doing so will prompt a firmware update for all 3 devices, so just make sure that you have the latest firmware installed on your transmitters and your receiver. After you do that, power on the transmitters and the receiver, make sure that they're all connected, and then take the receiver and connect it to your phone. Next, go over to your smartphone of choice and download the Rode Central mobile app. I did that on my Samsung Galaxy S10 through the Google Play Store. Next, you want to power on the receiver and the 2 transmitters and make sure that they're connected. Then take the receiver and connect that to your smartphone. If you're using an Android device, I believe it's a USB-C to USB-C cable, and for iPhone, it's a USB-C to Lightning cable. But make sure that that receiver is connected to your phone, power on the Rode Central mobile app, and then you should be able to control the settings for your transmitters. You can control the settings for an individual transmitter or both transmitters at the same time. So some of the settings you can control include gain control. You can do a coarse gain control or a fine gain control. You can also enable merged audio, which is a mono track, or split audio, which is a stereo track. And if you're shooting a merged track, you can also enable a safety track. You can also turn the backlight of your receiver on and off. For the transmitters, you can set the LED lights to be low or high. You can activate a pad to reduce the sensitivity of the built-in microphone. You can also program the Rode symbol button on the bottom of the transmitter, and this can either mute the audio for each transmitter or it can just be disabled completely. I would personally make sure that it's disabled because it's very easy to accidentally mute yourself, which is what we did a lot during our first test with this microphone. And finally, you can enable onboard recording on each of the transmitters, or you can disable it. And this is a really big advantage of the Rode Wireless Go 2 mic system. It's something that the original Rode Wireless Go did not let you do, and a lot of the competitors also don't let you do this. But when you record onboard audio, that's really nice as a backup feature, and you can now record up to 40 hours of uncompressed audio to each transmitter. So now that I told you all about the Rode Central mobile app, let's dive into the long-term 6-month review of using the Rode Wireless Go 2. I'll tell you some of the good features as well as some of the bad features. So first of all, let me remind you that we use the Rode Wireless Go 2 mostly here in the studio. When we do that, we're shooting on a Fujifilm camera, usually the X-T3 or sometimes the X-H1. And out in the field, we use it with the Fuji as well as the GoPro. We've used it the most with the GoPro Hero 9, but we recently started using it with the GoPro Hero 10. So the number one reason why the Rode Wireless Go 2 is such an important game changer for us is that typically we are shooting as a two-person team. So not here in the studio necessarily, but definitely out in the field. It's always myself and my partner Martin. And his voice is a lot stronger than mine. Mine is always a little bit softer. And so we used to use a shotgun mic or sometimes the built-in media mod mics on our GoPros. But we always had this issue of trying to make sure that I was audibly being picked up as well as him. And so ever since the Rode Wireless Go 2 came out, that has really solved our problems. The mic system has really allowed us to not only make our voices more equal as we're vlogging, but it also allows us to get apart, because if we were using a directional shotgun mic, which is what we used to do, then we would both have to be fairly equal distant to the camera or the microphone. But now with these wireless mics, we can be close together, we can be farther apart, and our audio levels are still the same. So for a two-person vlogging team, it has been indispensable. But even if you're not a two-person vlogging team and you vlog by yourself, or you think that you don't need a second microphone, it's still really handy because it's a backup microphone. In case your first one, doesn't work for some reason, or the battery runs out, which definitely has happened to me out in the fields, then if you have a second microphone, you can easily swap it out and not have to stop your whole day of recording. So after 6 months of consistently using the Rode Wireless Go 2 in a variety of situations, the number one thing that we love about it is how reliable it is. The transmitter is always connected to the receiver, and they always record audio flawlessly to our cameras, whether that be our Fujifilm cameras or our action cameras. The only time that it's ever messed up is whenever it's been a human error. So whenever we accidentally don't turn on a transmitter or accidentally don't turn on the receiver, that has happened a few times, but that's been our own fault. But other than that, no connection issues whatsoever. The second thing that we love about the Rode Wireless Go 2 is the sound quality. We are run and gun shooters for the most part. We don't like to fiddle with wired lav mics because it really takes away from the spontaneity and candidness of the event that we're trying to shoot. We like to be, pretty spontaneous and just start shooting whenever we feel like it. So we love the ability to just clip on this microphone and start vlogging on a whim. And so we love the sound quality of these built-in mics. It's been really fantastic, especially when paired with the optional windscreen, which is included in the Rode Wireless Go 2 kit. They actually give you an extra windscreen just in case you lose it. But we haven't lost the windscreen. We actually did lose the windscreen on the original Rode Wireless Go, because on that one, the windscreen, the connection point was just really weak. And so we often dropped the windscreen, lost it several times. But on the Rode Wireless Go 2, we have yet to lose a windscreen. Knock on wood. With that said, if you are the type of shooter that would prefer to use a wired lavalier microphone to get better audio quality or reduce the footprint of the transmitter, which can be a little bulky and noticeable, then the transmitter does have a little 3.5mm mic jack here. So you can take a wired lav and plug that into the transmitter, clip this to your belt, and have this clip to your shirt instead. And this is the Rode Go Lav. It's a $79 wired lav mic. It does not come with the Rode Wireless Go 2, but there is an option to purchase one if you would like to. But this is the lav mic that Rode officially recommends using with the Rode Wireless Go 2 mic system. There are, of course, other wired lav mic options out there, and I do have a recent video, leave a link in the description below, to a video where I compared 5 different lav mics that I use with the Rode Wireless Go 2. So you can check that video out if you want to find out which lav mic is best for you. The third thing that we love about the Rode Wireless Go 2 mic system is its physical durability. Now, of course, these are not super weatherproof. They're definitely not waterproof. However, we have used these outside as we're out hiking in light rain, and they've held up really well. You know, I wouldn't recommend necessarily using it in the rain, but we have done that and not had any issues even when using the built-in microphones. And so, yeah, after 6 months of pretty hard usage, the transmitters and the receivers are flawless. And so that gives me a hope that these will hold up really well over time. I know our original Rode Wireless Go has held up over the past 2 years that we've been using it. The fourth thing we love is the battery life. So the receiver and the 2 transmitters have built-in batteries that are rechargeable via USB-C, and they have 7-hour battery life each. And that's about equivalent to the original Rode Wireless Go, so there hasn't been a big change in the battery life. But for us, 7 hours is more than enough to get a full day of shooting in. We might have to recharge, you know, midday just to make sure that we have enough juice, but typically speaking, that's enough for a full day of shooting for us. So one critique that I had about the Rode Wireless Go 2 when we first reviewed it is the fact that you have to charge each item individually, meaning that you have to have 3 different USB-C cables and ports in a wall or a charging block to charge them all up. And that was, you know, really cumbersome when we're out in the field or traveling. And so luckily there has been a solution, not made by Rode, but made by a third party. So ZG Cine just released this charging box where you can put in the receiver and the 2 transmitters, or a single transmitter if you're using the original Rode Wireless Go, and you can charge up all 3 units in this box. It's a $50 accessory, but I think it is more than worth it if you consistently use your Rode Wireless Go out on the field. So definitely recommend using this. And again, I have a link in the description below to a video talking all about this charging case. The 5th feature that we love is the improved range or distance between the receiver and the transmitter. So on the original Rode Wireless Go, the range was 70 meters. But now on the Rode Wireless Go 2, that's been more than doubled to 200 meters. So you can be pretty far away from the camera or the receiver and the transmitter, or the subject that's speaking into the transmitter. So that's a really big improvement, and we don't often take advantage of it because we are usually pretty close by to our camera, but it's really nice to know that if we wanted to, we can get really far away from the receiver. And the last feature that we've loved is the ability to use the Rode Wireless Go 2 as a recording device. So it's basically replaced our old Tascam recorder that we used to carry with us in case we needed to record audio separately. We can now do that directly onto the Rode Wireless Go 2. So it's just made our kit even smaller and lighter than it was before, and replaced an old audio device that we no longer need to carry with us. And now for the bad parts, or things that we'd like to see improved on the Rode Wireless Go 2. From what we've seen and been able to find out, you can only control the gain on both transmitters. You can't go in and dial in the gain on each individual transmitter. Unless we're missing something, let us know in the comments below if there is a way to change this. But from what we can tell, you can't do this yet, and so that's something that we would like to see improved on a future version of the Rode Wireless Go mic system. But other than that, really the only problems that we've ever had using this mic system have been self-inflicted. So the few times that we've maybe forgotten to turn on the transmitters or the receiver and then the audio doesn't record, those have been self-inflicted problems. And so other than that, we really don't have any complaints about this mic system. Maybe the last thing would be the price. So it is rather expensive at $300 for the Rode Wireless Go 2, but keep in mind that you're getting 2 transmitters or 2 built-in microphones. So it's a pretty fair price considering what it gives you, as well as the audio quality and the reliability and overall consistency of this mic system. And for how often we use it, it's been well worth the purchase. And the original Rode Wireless Go, by the way, is $200, so it's only $100 cheaper. And so at that point, you might as well just go with the Rode Wireless Go 2 because you're getting that second transmitter, which makes it a little bit more flexible if you're ever in a situation where you want to record with two people. And if you are a single creator recording by yourself, then it also serves as a backup transmitter or microphone, just in case the first one runs out of battery. So I don't think you can go wrong with the Rode Wireless Go 2. 6 months later, it is still our go-to mic system, and I wouldn't trade it for any others out there. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you have tried the Rode Wireless Go mic system, or if you prefer a different one, let us know in the comments, and thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.